Welcome back. Minister of Agriculture, Land Reform and Rural Development, Thoko Didiza, has welcomed the signing of the joint declaration of the 13th meeting of BRICS Ministers of Agriculture at the conclusion of a 4-day gathering of BRICS Ministers of Agriculture in Limpopo. The declaration outlines areas of collaboration on climate change, agriculture and rural development, as well as the progress made towards achieving the targets of the BRICS Action Plan for Agriculture 2021 until 2024. Special Advisor to Minister Didiza, Dr. Sifiso Ntombela, now joins us more for this discussion, and he joins us via our video link. Sifiso, thank you so much for your time here on the late edition. Perhaps if you can just tell us a bit when it comes to that joint declaration that has been signed by those BRICS countries.
Thank you very much, and good evening to yourself, good evening to your viewers. Indeed, in the week that we just ending, the Minister Didiza, which is the Minister for the Department of Agriculture, Land Reform and Rural Development, under her capacity as the chairperson of the BRICS, the CA for the Ministers of Agriculture, hosted the ministers from all the BRICS member countries, and under the theme of strengthening collaborations among the BRICS countries towards basically building a sustainable agricultural production systems and increasing the productivity of the food systems in the 5 member countries. It was a successful for the event, which was led up by the work which has been done. As we know, there has been some background work done by the technical work on agricultural expert working group. And in this session, the ministers focus really on the 4 areas that I can quickly just mention for your One of the key things, the ministers acknowledged the impact of climate change that is having in the different member countries and the urgent need that the member countries need in finding solutions that can be able to improve the resilience of the food system in these countries and ensure that it increases the productivity in their way of climate change so that they reduce greenhouse gas emissions while adopting adaptation and mitigation strategies to make their food systems to be resilient. Another area that the ministers mentioned is that you will recall that the BRICS member countries are home 42% of the world population. So the issues of poverty, the issues of access to affordable food and nutritious food was really the top of their agenda. So they looked at the systems and solutions that will be able to increase access, particularly for the vulnerable and the poor citizens of member countries. The importance of trade and investment was also one area that they looked at. So these are part and parcel of some of the issues that they looked at, including the exchange of technologies and learning.
Yeah, and Sifiso, I'm just going to ask you to just speak a bit closer to your computer because we keep on missing you there a bit. Maybe if you can just unpack this for us and just tell us, how will this actually benefit South Africa and the people of this country?
Yes, I hope I'm much sounding better now. One of the key areas that will benefit the citizen of South Africa is mainly through trade investment and accessing to the affordable food and opening up trade policies amongst the member countries. You will recall that South African citizens basically rely also on wheat that is coming from the member countries and some of the rice and other commodities. So you will have access into the affordable food coming to the country, but also exchange of information around the innovation and technologies. This will help the country, especially the farmers in South Africa, to be able to adopt technologies and solutions that will be able themselves to build resilient food system in the country. So what we're basically seeing in this action plan that is started in 2021 going to 2024 is that you will have South Africa learning and actually benefiting trade and investment and information in the member countries, but also because it's a mutually benefiting relationship. We will also be sharing our lessons, especially around indigenous, and also expanding our export. We'll recall, like in the food industry, for example, these are new opportunities, even our red meat, where we access those international markets and generate foreign earnings in the country, increase employment opportunities for the South Africans, while having ensured that there is food security, it's affordable, which is the emphasis of what ministers are really engaging about.
And of course, we are in a country that is struggling with a very high unemployment rate. Will this contribute to further job creation in this country, which is, of course, much needed?
Absolutely, Mbale. And I think on the last day, the ministers spent half of the day really looking at the capabilities of each member country and how can they upscale and learn from each other using the resources that they have in rebuilding the rural areas of these countries. Noticing that South Africa also have a large tract of land in the rural areas that can be upscaled and linked into the commercial agriculture sector. So this was one of the areas to say, over and above the successes that they have on the commercial farming system, how can they then be able to create job opportunities and integrate the land that is under land reform or under the traditional authorities in South Africa in the case of the submission from Minister Didiza. So these are seen now as great opportunities even beyond the traditional areas of agricultural sector that will create jobs and ensure food security going forward.
All right, Sifiso Ntombela, thank you so much for your time and for your contribution.